All right, Fab folks, the fifth and final day of Everfest spoiler season is officially in the books. Day 5 recap coming at you. A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando. Hey there, Flesh and Blood folks. Welcome back to Dice Commando, and go again, a fabulous cast. Andrew with you here as always, and thanks so much for not only tuning in tonight, but have been tuning in all week, your feedback, the comments, and everything. It's just been quite a week, and it's been quite a day, right? Trying to keep track of, as you guys know, for those of you who are on the internets and the Discords and the Facebooks and all the things that the kids do these days, right? There was screenshots coming in from cracked packs, box openings, and all that stuff. So I want to get that out of the way right here. I am only covering tonight the official spoilers, right, as per over here. I had to wait until DM, he got his done just a little bit ago, so watch that video, and now we're ready to go. So the reason I'm doing that, I want to respect, I was included in the process. I feel the right thing to do is respect the spoiler process. It's just the right thing to do. Don't get me, you guys can go check out anything you want. I've seen a lot of other stuff too. It's just for me to get on here and talk about it on my channel. I only feel comfortable talking about, and I think the right thing to do is only talk about the stuff that should be talked about from an official standpoint. So thank you guys for understanding. Again, I don't fault you if you don't. I mean, aside from the fact that it'd take us like 2 hours to get through all of them, which is completely fair both ways. I completely respect it if you don't agree with that. But like I said, I only want to cover the official spoilers, which are the ones we see right here. So, all right. So again, I want to remind everybody that Dice Commando is, or I should say Go Again, is sponsored by FabDB, which is, again, the best source that we have available on the internet. I'm going to be on there this weekend doing all sorts of theory crafting, deck building. I've already got a couple built placeholders in their deck builder tool, which is really nice. Waiting for everything else to fill in. We saw DMR Mana spoil the Kassai spoiler, which we're going to talk about. It's a doozy, and it's going in the Kassai deck, so I got to figure out what's going in there. There's another warrior card we saw today, which is going in there. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so kicking it off with the big L, right? Stalagmite, Bastion of Ice Loft. I mean, this one's kind of funny because I think a lot of people, I think most of us thought it was coming because, it wasn't the Fabled in the last set because it had been referred to in the lore. Anyway, I think a lot of us knew this was coming. We obviously didn't know what it was going to do. I think it's a good card. I just think that with the high expectations we'd had of it, I don't think it could have landed. So whenever you defend with Stalagmite, create a Frostbite token under the attacking hero's control, and it has Temper. So reminder, Temper is the one where you put a -1. It's like Battle Worn, except it blows up after it has 0, right? So you would defend for 2, you'd defend for 1, but upon defending for 1, this would done blow up, right? So there are some combos out there that can get other counters and kind of trick that up a little bit. And there's some debate over whether, if the final counter's removed, so say it gains defense and then it's not at 0, but then it goes back to below 0, does it blow up? Because the trigger would be 0. So we'll wait for the release notes and clarifications on all that. I think overall this is good, actually, I think, because each time you defend with it, you create a Frostbite, right? So it's not just the defense, and it's a guaranteed Frostbite. There's no hit. You don't have to do anything for it. You just throw it across. I think this is pretty good. If you're in a full Oldhim control, but all the traditional deck builds that we're used to are going to go out the window, right? We have to remember that. So we'll see where we go here with this versus Ram's Head, but this I think this is good. Right, I think this is good. Yes, is it meeting everyone's wildest dreams? Probably not. But we gotta have a balanced game, right? So fair enough. All right, finally, a warrior card I can get on board with and get excited about, right? So Slice and Dice is a warrior action for 0. It's a rare, so it'll be a red, yellow, and blue. Whenever you attack with a sword or dagger this turn, if it's your first weapon attack this turn, it gains +1. If it's your second weapon attack a turn, it gains +3. So whenever you attack with a sword or dagger, well, that's interesting. And then it has go again. So I'm assuming here that the red, yellow, blue will be on the 3. It'll be the 3, 2, 1, right? So you'll always get a +1 on your first, and you'll always get at least 1 or 2 or 3 on your second. So, I mean, when I saw this morning, my head first goes to Kassai. I mean, it's not bad to use for Dorinthea, but I think in terms of like, because remember so many times you have to hit, with Dawnblade you have to hit. So I think probably this is a Kassai or an Axis thing. I will be honest, I'm surprised we haven't seen Axis support. I was kind of been waiting for it all week, and we haven't really seen Axis support. So that will be a sub-theme of tonight, I guess, on the stuff that we haven't seen. But, you know, there's more cards out there floating around. All right, this one is the Kaisai spec. Now, there's a lot of text here, so I'll actually blow this up. But, you know, keep in mind, this is kind of gruesome, right? For being a warrior card, looks like it should be like a Levia card. So, Blood on Her Hands, Kaisai spec, is an additional cost to play this. Destroy any number of copper you control. For each copper destroyed this way, choose a mode. You may choose each mode twice. Target one-handed weapon gains +1. Target one-handed weapon has go again. Target weapon may attack twice this turn. Whoa, baby! I mean, we only have, I'm trying to stick to a minute here. I forgot to say that. But I mean, whoa! This is crazy good, dude. This is awesome. It's like everything Warrior wants combined all in one card, and you wish you could have like 9 of these, right? I mean, you got to make the copper somehow, but this is phenomenal. This is just incredible, right? I mean, now do keep in mind, Kassai only gets it's only her second swing that's free, so she's gonna have to pay for the additional. So you're going to have an additional card to pay for this, right? I mean, that's just, well, you have Courage Blade Hold, I suppose, right? That's fair. That's fair, Andrew. That's fair. This is amazing. This is awesome. I mean, it's not much more to say about that. All right, so this one, Swing Big, Brute Action attacks. This is a Majestic, so there's not going to be an associated chain with this, but this is a 2 for 8, right? That alone, like, hey, that doesn't suck. It's 2 for 8. If Swing Big doesn't hit, the defending hero creates a Quicken token when the combat chain closes, and it defends 3. This is really cool. Like, this is really cool. 2 for 8. If they don't block it, they get if they do block it, they get a benefit. But it's not that bad. Like, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good for them to block it and get a quicken. But like, if they block this, what are they going to play? You know what I mean? So like, this one's pretty much all upside. Card's really good. I think it's really good. All right, Tri-Shot, some Ranger love. It's a blue 0. You may activate target bow you control 2 additional times this turn. Go again. All right, so obviously I'm excited about this card. The combo wombo-ness of this card is like off the charts, right? I think though that this card's probably medium, like realistically, because you have to play this, you have to play this, your things have to have go again, you have to be able to have the arrows, and you have to be able to pay for it, right? That's a lot to ask. I mean, this is blue, which is good, right? Like Knock the Death, like it kind of fits, like I think it kind of fits the same vein as like Knock the Death Whistle, where like most of the time you're going to use it to pitch, but every now and then you're going to be able to use it to get what you wanted to do. So I think it's fine in that vein. But I don't think this, you know, there are a lot of people out there who are like, oh my God. And I don't know that that's appropriate here. That said, I'm not saying this is bad. Be very clear, I'm not saying this is bad. I just don't think it's what people think it's going to be. Cause I just think it's kind of like, do you remember yesterday we talked about the warrior card that puts counters on and we're like, this is really good, but like, there's really no place for it cause we can't get it to work with the double Lumina turn. I think this is kind of the same argument in that vein. So that's just my take on it. All right, Swarming Gloomveil. This is Runeblade action attack 0 for 3, blocks 3. If you have, that is an M as well, so there's no sequence here. If you have played or created 1 or more auras this turn, it gains go again. If you have played and or created 2 or more, it gains +1. If you have played and or created 3 more, it gains when this hits a hero, They can't prevent arcane damage from sources you control this turn. Well, now that's interesting, right? So what's going to be interesting here is to see the exact release notes, but I'm making a lot of parallels from the rulings that have been made on Dread Triptych. So in alignment with that, right, when you play, like say you have Viserai, when you play this, it poops out the Rune Chant token, which means, from my understanding, the Rune Chant token would have been created in that little interval, so it would have counted for having been created when you played this. That is my understanding. So that's right. So you obviously would have had to do other things to get the 2 and the 3 before, but right, doing the non-attack into this should create the 1 to give it go again. That is my understanding. So again, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that. By all means, if I am, my apologies. But I think this one just, with Viserai, I think this one just drops down for a go again as long as you played the non-attack. I do believe that's how it works. All right, Nerves of Steel, Guardian Action Aura. When Nerves of Steel enters the arena, remove a -1 counter from a chest, very specific equipment you control. Battle Worn and Temper on equipment you control doesn't trigger if it defends an attack with 2 or less. It's pretty good. When your hero is dealt damage, destroy Nerves of Steel. Right, so this stays in, right, it's not like I'd say 90% of the auras, I don't know, that's probably not true at all, but a lot of the auras we have blow up beginning the next turn, trigger the next turn, stuff like that. And for Guardian, I'm talking, right? Guardian. I think most of theirs do. Anyway, point is, this one stays in as long as you can tank up. And like, if anybody's going to tank up, you know who's going to tank up? It's going to be Guardian. This is, whoa, this is like I think this is like an archetype defining card, right? Which is pretty cool. Just like equipment Guardian, swing for the fence, screw you, right? That's, yeah. So we'll have to see how this fits in. We'll have to see. It's also blue 3, by the way. I hear those don't suck. But all right. Scour. I believe this is the last one. Scour. This is our wizard action man. Wizard is looking, but I don't mind this one. So Scour for X. Destroy X target aura tokens and/or auras with cost 0 controlled by target hero. Then deal arcane damage to that hero equal to the number of auras destroyed this way. I think it hurts Runeblade more than anybody, I think. I mean, it's not like you're going to deal 40 to them or something, because you still got to be able to pay for it, but like, you could very easily like blow up 6 of their rune chants, right? That could totally happen. So, and it's an action, right? So like, I mean, I'm not, my point is like, you're not necessarily instanting it, right? Like, you could just play it on your turn, and like, if they're going OTK on you or something, and like, you're just like, okay, you're going to build up some, well, I don't need to do Kano things, I'll just, so, I don't know, again, you guys know I'm not a huge wizard guy, I don't know all the combos as well as you guys do, but this seems like it would be a sideboard card to me, like, at the very least, right? And sure, Prism does Prism things, and all that, so, what's interesting here, the finer points of the rules. No, because you destroy them first before you deal damage. Yeah, so the spectral shields would pop and then the damage would be dealt. So they wouldn't like absorb it. Yeah, they would be destroyed first. Yeah. So yeah. No, that works. That works. All right, last one. So I was lied. This is the last one today. That's right. T-Bone. I'm assuming that guy's name is T-Bone. Maybe he's doing a T-Bone with a motorbike. I don't know. The mechs and how they fit into like the rest of Wrath is a little interesting, but this card's really good. This card's really, really, really good. It's also a rare, so it has a red, yellow, and blue counterpart. If you control a card, so it's a 0/3, by the way, it defends 3. If you control a card on the combat chain that was boosted, the defending hero must defend T-Bone with an equipment they control if able. It has boost. That means if you boost this, you control a card on the combat chain that was boosted, right? So this counts. They have to defend it with an equipment they control if able. So you can't, if you can manage to stack a couple T-Bones you can force them to block with stuff they don't want to block with, like, I don't know, Tunic, right? All that stuff with Battle Worn that they don't necessarily want to use until like very in game that they want to get use out of, or they'll leave it on the table and pop it. And I said Battle Worn. Blade Break. Sorry about that, guys. Blade, you know what I meant. Blade Break. Getting rid of that stuff, getting rid of Mask of Momentum, or all this other crazy stuff. New Horizon. Oh my god, this card's good, dude. So like, yeah, Mech took a big hit earlier in this week when I forget the name of the card, but the card comes out that if it hits, you just get to blow up some items. That sucked for them, but striking back with a vengeance. So this card's really good. So anyway, that'll do it for today. So that's the end of the official spoilers. Now I don't live in a hole. I know there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there. I'm gonna go and start digging too and start putting things together for the set. I do expect before long that the site will get updated, and about that time that FabDB will get updated. Then we'll all have the info. We also have seen pictures of the Fabled. Now we know the Fabled, they don't ever spoil until basically set release, right? It'll go up probably 24 to 48 hours after the actual set release, probably on the Monday morning. Again, but we know it's out there, so go do your stuff. But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in this week for the official spoiler coverage and what I wanted to talk about here. So it was a really great time. Let me know your guys' comments and everything. Again, just a reminder, my buddies over at Gun Guy Games, getting those last minute pre-orders in. I'm actually going to be live streaming the Welcome to Wrathe event. So farewell, bye-bye, Welcome to Wrathe. We're going to be streaming that tomorrow all day, right? Because it's a freaking long event. So we'll be doing that. So tune in if you want. Hopefully you're in your own events. But, if you're bored at home, you want to tune in, let us know. And then, of course, don't forget, for those singles you want, a lot of stuff came out today that I think people are going to want singles for, which makes sense to me. Travis over at Fab Boundary, he'll hook you up, and you can use the link below, and I get a small kickback from that. So anyway, folks, this will cap off Spoilers Week. I know we went a lot longer today than we probably should have, but you know what? Excitement is excitement, and thank you guys so much for tuning in, and if nothing else, go Commando.